Hello tech founders, you're all familiar with product market fit from Lean Startup, right? Hopefully you're already close or maybe you've even reached product market fit. But do you also know what comes after? I'm Roland Siebelink and I help startups like yours keep growing while also keeping their culture. Now, the problem after reaching product market fit is that people think, well, this is about growth, right? And everyone starts defining growth in all kinds of different directions. Is it growth in revenues? Obviously, but does that mean multiple markets, multiple products? Does it just mean growth in people? How do you actually define your journey after you reach that initial product market fit? And in my book, Scaling Silicon Valley Style, the second part of which will come out this year, I really set the new horizon to turning that product market fit into product market dominance. So once you've had a toehold in that new market and you have some traction, how do you turn that into a market that you can truly become the leader in? All right. Now, how do you do that? There are 4 distinct stages that are important to look at. And it is also important not to try to do everything at once because there is a very definite order to them. The first, I call it the freshman stage. The freshman scale up, your challenge is to master distribution. That really means, how do I find a model to reach enough customers and convince them at a cost that is not out of the ballpark? In other words, can I convince customers to join me, to pay for my product, while the total revenue that I can expect from them is going to be more, or maybe 2 times more, 3 times more, up to 5 times more than the marketing and sales cost I've spent to acquire them in the first place. The second phase is a little bit less intuitive. It's called the mastering deepening phase, and I assign this to what I call a sophomore scale up. Could be second year scale up, could also take a little bit longer to get there, of course. It means that just as you've mastered distribution, you see your sales, well, you expect your sales to really start increasing, you actually see them slowing down or reaching a plateau. And what that means is you've kind of reached the limits of the initial visionary market, the early adopter market. Now you need to go target the mainstream market, and what you need to do there is often deepen your understanding of your target market and often hone in on specific verticals where you have a really clear advantage. For more about that, read, of course, the famous book Crossing the Chasm by Geoffrey Moore. In the third phase, you have become a junior scale up. You can see the graduation down the line. What you have to do right now is to master disruption. How do you apply that new knowledge you've learned from the mass market, and how do you actually start conquering that mass market piece by piece? Playing it like a chess game is really important here, not trying to boil the ocean at once, but picking the pieces that are most attractive and that will not invite full-blown competition when you cannot afford it yet. In the fourth phase, then you really have become pretty dominant already, and it's becoming a game about staying dominant. So the assignment for a senior scale up is to master defense. Many examples there of companies that have grown big and then have become very defensive about the market they've just conquered, as they should, because there's always other startups around that are looking to disrupt your market. And if you want to know where we are at with your startup, then there's a very easy tool that you can fill out. There's checkboxes that tell you, am I still in the startup stage, or am I a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, or even a senior scale up? And what is the appropriate strategy for the stage that I am in? That tool is available here on rolandsiebelink.com/playbook. And otherwise, as I said, please just reach out or connect to me on social media. Thank you.